But nonetheless.
What is it?
Am I in your way if I sit here?
No, please sit.
That's the live stream?
Mm-hmm.
You sit with Uncle. Make sure everything. Oh, that's right.
Yes. Is there a password for the thing? Wait. So speak to my 1 second.
Thank you.
What? The nurses.
That's so.
Yeah, so it's on the. Yes, I got it. I think. You know, what else is this? Yeah, I mean, it's right there. You should have.
What is true?
Yeah, that was it.
So Jerry Schrock. It's my Jerry's my dad. There's enough men. That thing. I don't want. All right. Don't worry about it. So if you need my help, I'll be happy. Yeah. Just say when. All right. Okay, don't.
What? I know, I guess you don't know. I guess it depends on your relationship.
No. Should say men are versus women. So I'll give this a
Get direction.
You also get to put it over your left side of your heart.
Shlomo HaMelech, King Solomon, famously wrote, "There's a time for everything under the sun. There's a time to celebrate, time to plant, to reap." Finishes off, "There's a time to mourn." This morning we gathered to mourn someone very special. The neshama, the soul of Michael, in Hebrew Michael, and it's typical often that we start a Jewish funeral with a kriya. The kriya is the rendering of our garments, and we tear a piece of our garment next to our heart, the immediate family. Show that someone so close, someone so special, someone that was a part of our lives was torn away from us. This is a minhag, a custom done for thousands of years at funerals. So in just a moment we'll say there's a blessing. I'll say the blessing, and then the immediate family, those of you who tear a little bit. It's already told me if you can tear just a little bit more. We'll say the blessing. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam dayan. I just want to share, though, another explanation based on Jewish mysticism why we tear our garments is that to remind us that the body is a garment to the soul. And although the body was taken away from us, the soul will always be with you. And we tear our garment as a reminder that the neshama, the soul, the true identity, will always be with you, will always be with the family.
in a different form, but always here. Continue with a psalm by King David. Shir Lamalo Yis Esoi Nayela Hari Meyayi Yavo Yezri Yezri Meyim Adonai Yosef Shammai Yivar Esali Tela Motragalecha Al Yanum Shobracha Ine Lo Yanum Lo Yishan Shomer Yisrael Adonai Shobracha Adonai Tzul Hayat Yirach Yir Mashem Shlekach Yirach Malay Adonai Yishmar From Yipalo Yishmar Yosef Shacha Adonai Yishmar Tzizkal Be'acha Song of Ascents, I lift my eyes to the mountains, my help come from heaven and earth. God, will I let your foot falter? The guardian of Israel neither slumbers nor sleeps. Behold, the guardian of Israel. The Lord is your guardian, the Lord is your protection. By your right side by day, the sun will not harm you, nor the moon by night. The Lord will guide you from all evil. The Lord will guide you your life. The Lord will guide you going and you're coming now and forever. Born in Denver, January 4th, 1960, just after the holiday of Hanukkah on the Jewish calendar, putting away the menorahs, and the flame of Hanukkah was over, a new flame came into this world, a new candle. The bright flame of Michael was born on that special day. Grew up in Denver, went to Cherry Creek schools, later moved to San Diego for college, came back to his beloved Colorado. In the 1990s, he met his dear wife, Tony, the love of his life. Got married February 4th, 1999. And they were blessed. Something that they both cherish so much, the wonderful daughter, Sarah. As a rabbi here in this community for 20 years, I get to meet a lot of people, all kinds of people, religious, non-religious, at all levels. But there was something about Michael that was very special. When you spoke to him, it was a certain, just a genuine person, a real person, a good neshama, we say in Yiddish, a good soul, a real mensch. He would do anything for his family. I remember making sure that Sarah had a proud Jewish education, involved with the Jewish Center, making sure whether it was Passover, whatever holiday was coming, call, make sure that they were at a place at the community Seder or whatever it may have been. Always such a kind and special way. His name in Hebrew is Michael. Michael means the angel of God. When someone is given their name in Judaism, it's not just a coincidence, it's not just for your ID, but it's connected to your soul. When parents choose a name for their child, or whoever chooses a name, it's actually a form of prophecy. God plants the name into the minds of those giving the baby their name because that specific individual name is connected to that very individual soul, mission and purpose of life. And indeed, Michael was an angel in many ways. The gematria is another way of understanding someone's name, connection to his soul, is the numerical value in the Hebrew of every letter. Hebrew aleph bet has a number, and the number matches up with other words in the Torah. The number of Michal is 101, and in Judaism 101 is perfection. It's being a mensch, doing the best you can do in every way. This Thursday night, it's the 17th day of Elul on the Hebrew calendar. It's the day in the Torah that Noah, in the ark, when the flood was over, sent out the dove. Torah said it was this day, on the 17th of Elul. The dove went out to sea, flew out. This is the day that soul Michael left this world. I want to call up Sarah, the daughter of Jesus, as much as
I can confidently and truly mean it when I say my dad and I had a relationship like no other. We talked for hours every single day, watched countless shows together, and hiked and painted mountains and flowers and oceans. Skied, played at Dave and Buster's, and cooked and ate meals together. We played Battleship, exploited kittens, Mastermind, Monopoly, and Rummy Tiles together. We watched Yellow Jackets, Red Rose, Legacies, Lock and Key, Midnight Mass, Vampire Diaries, Courage the Cowardly Dog, Always Sunny, Black Summer, Breaking Bad, Twilight Zone, Tangled, Hunger Games, and countless Stephen King movies, and had many more on our watch list. To watch this. I'll never forget our Utah trip and how much scotch you drank to try to fall asleep when we didn't have sleeping mats. I'll never forget our trip to the Garden of the Gods, all our lunch dates at Snooze with Mom, all our movie nights at United Artists Theater and mozzarella sticks at the pub. I'll never forget getting pizza and burgers with you any chance we got when I was in college. I'll never forget our trips to Chili's and that becoming our favorite restaurant together. I'll never forget how you spoke to me for hours on end whenever I was having a panic attack. Even when it was late at night, my dad was truly the only person who knew how to calm me down. I wish I could hear his boring history stories again. There are too many good memories to share. And others when we went skiing in towns with Doug. I was so proud of how well you did skiing, and I've always been so proud that you were my dad. You were truly amazing and the most beautiful person in my eyes. I'll never forget our hikes at Deer Creek Canyon. I'll never ever know another person that likes Mexican food as much as my dad. And my dad and I went on so many adventures together. He listened to all my stories and was always there to take my call. It feels so strange to not call my dad when I'm walking to or from class. My dad sent me a good night text every single night for years, and a sweet little emoji to go with it. My dad knew how much I loved my cat Moxie and Stripey, my stuffed animal, and how much I wanted to protect the environment as a lawyer. He knew how much I worried about certain things and taught me how to calm down. I know my dad and I were best friends in a different life. It's not possible that we have such a strong connection unless our souls have been bonded for centuries. We will be friends again in the next life. My dad and I were truly best friends. We said it to each other every day. I told him I don't think I'd be able to live without him so many times. It's only been I wrote this when I first found out about my dad, but it's only been a few hours without my best friend, and I feel the world warping around me. My dad and I talked all the time about karma and energy. And I know my dad is now in the fresh air, the mountains, and the trees, and with me in my heart. My dad's love knew no bounds, and now without being tied to his earthly body, he can be anywhere and everywhere with me. This is a loss so deep that my body has gone into shock and is fueled with adrenaline to try and stop my heart from bleeding out. Our last memory together was going to Dave and Buster's in Rio Grande. You got your enchiladas, and I got my quesadilla. I remember the booth we sat in and the chips and salsa we ate. Went to Target after, and we looked at dresses for Mom. I don't think it's possible for anyone, let alone his favorite daughter, to describe how horrible this is. You taught me how to breathe deep and take breaths and breaks. Taught me how to be kind and showed me what a true gentleman and father is. What we didn't have in money, we made up for in joy and friendship and care. We didn't have enough time together, but the time we did was spent well. We would go for walks at night and talk about aliens and me becoming a lawyer. I fell apart when Bubba died. My dad put the pieces back together. But now I need to put myself back together, and I have my dad's strength to help me. I will honor you, Dad, every day. You are pure strength and inspiration and love, and I will live every day for you and your light. My dad was the strongest person I've ever known. And now that he is a part of me, I am the strongest person I've ever known. My heart has grown 2 sizes with my dad's energy, and I will always love him. I felt your heartbeat before you left us and held your hand. You always stroked your thumb over my hand and squeezed my hand to show your love. At night, when I couldn't sleep from anxiety and losing Bubba, you would sit next to me on the bed and watch SpongeBob with me and rub my back until I fell asleep. You were my best friend and my healer. Like I told him before he became a part of me, this is our law degree, this is our life, and we are now together forever, like we always promised we would be. We will never be apart again. Our souls are forever together and intertwined. And I wrote this as I sit here on the couch with my blanket, and I guess now here with my blanket with pictures of us. I promise that to my dreamer dad, I will get the stars for us. I will grow stronger every day for you, and I will grow flowers in my soul for you, and I will finish everything you started. Love you, Dad.
Thank you, Sarah. Wow.
So I just wanted to share what Mike just kind of experienced reading it for the first time and the kind of impression he left on everyone. So it was actually the first day I started dating Sarah was just for his birthday. Sarah said, me and my dad are going on this skiing trip for his birthday, and she asked me to come, and I was like, like you've heard, how deep their bond was and how close they were inseparable. So I was like, oh, I'm just a new boyfriend. There's no way I could come in on a deep bond like that. But I was there the night before they left, and Michael talked to me. He said, no, Doug, I really want you to come. So he's just so welcoming and to everyone he met. And I was talking to my parents before this, and he came over to Thanksgiving with us last year at their house, and my parents, they just told me how they could just remember his smile and how warm and welcoming he was to everyone he met. He was truly just a great soul. And just to show, for how much he cared about Sarah was everything. But the last thing he said to me when I saw him in person for the last time, before he moved to the East Coast, he took me aside and he made me promise to him that I'd take care of Sarah the rest of our lives, and that I would. It just showed how much he really cared about her. Everything he did was for Tony and for Sarah. So he was such a great man.
Thank you. I want to call up Rabbi Mayer Simon, my colleague at the Evangelism Center. Special relationship. Michael and the whole family. Share a prayer.
Psalm 23. This morning, David, Adonai, Ra'i, Le'asar, Bini, Stasha, Yakitzeni, Amen, Nufesia, Yedna, Nam, Shi, Shevet, Yakini, גם כאלה בגי צמאס לעיר פיאטה שיפטך ושמתך הם אני ערף לפן שוף נגד שם בשם לרשי כסף בעיה אך טוי בחסי לפוני כל חיה ושפט בבית song the Lord is my shepherd I shall not lack. God causes me to lie down to lush pastures. God leads me beside tranquil waters. God restores my soul and guides me in righteous paths for God's name's sake. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your scepter and staff, they comfort me. You have table before me, full view of my adversaries. You have anointed my head with oil, my cup overflows. May only goodness and kindness pursue me all the days of my life. I shall dwell in the house of the Lord for lengths of days. Privilege of knowing Mike as long as I've lived here for 9 years. Through Sarah, a beautiful person. I also had the special privilege of visiting Mike this last week and praying and davening with him. He's fully conscious, fully in love with his daughter, and expressing that through his end. Very, very powerful to be able to spend that time with him full consciousness and just singing, subjected to singing voice. But a beautiful person who always expressed love for his family. He was always there for his family.
Thank you, Rabbi Meir. Shem Natam Hashem Lakach. God gives and God takes. Shem Hashem Abayach Yatali Adelo. Talmud says about our forefather Jacob. The Talmud, it says, if you open up the book of Genesis, never does it say that Jacob died. The Talmud says, here we know that Jacob never died. And the Talmud asks, how can you say such a thing? We buried him, we mourned him, we know where he's buried. What does that mean? He doesn't never die. The Talmud says, Ma zaro b'chayim, afu b'chayim. Physically, he passed away. But spiritually, he lives on. His family, his children, those who carry his legacy. So I say the same thing, Michael, while just a moment we can fill the grave. Take a piece of Michael with us as well. Carry on his legacy of goodness, of kindness, of love, of compassion. Please join in together. We'll sing the Oseh Shalom, the prayer for peace, as the soul journeys from this world to the next world. And then you can all join me, first the family, friends to come up. It's a mitzvah to participate, to cover Hamid, to participate in helping to some earth onto the grave. Oseh Shalom. Oh, Yaseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Yisrael, Hebrew, Oseh Shalom Abraham, Oh, Yaseh Shalom Aleinu. Israel. Yaseh Shalom. Yaseh Shalom. Israel. Yaseh Shalom. Yaseh Shalom. Shalom. Israel. Imaru. So one more prayer, asking for forgiveness. Done. Ask forgiveness, forgive forgiveness. Certainly. Adeinu Sam, Adeinu Lakach, Shem, Adeinu Mevirach, Burach, and Yachat Ravam, Yash, Behibam, Hashem, Apo, and Yaakov, Hamasai. Say to the mourners, the family, their family, we love the Makom, Yerachim, Etchem, Tok Shar, Avil, Siyam, Yerushalayim. May God comfort you when the mourners reside in Jerusalem. We finish up with the Kevol, Yerachim, and prayer. El mole rachamim esheichem amiroyim amatze menuchane choyena ala kanafei ashchina b'malo yizkedoshim v'toirim kezer araki amazirim es nishmas michal shalach leila robert shalach mitzvah madaskar shishmasay v'gadei dedei v'nachasay l'chem ala rachamim yastireyo b'seiser knafov l'yelamim Yitzrei b'zrachayim es nishmasay. Adino yu nachalos v'yiruach b'shalom amishkavoy v'neimar amen. God, full of compassion, who dwells on high, grant proper rest, the shelter and wings of your presence, the lofty levels of the holy and pure. Shines the brightness of the soul of Michael. As God to this world and for his memory we pray. May his rest be in paradise. May the master of compassion bring him under the wings, the cover of God's wings. Revive the soul, the bond of life. May the Lord be his heritage. And his resting place be peace. Let us all say amen. This concludes the service. Opportunity to comfort the mourners, to be blessed with health and happiness moving forward. With that, the Michael be a real situation. Heaven see that will be good for his dear family, for all healthy and happy. Thank you.